Hey there, welcome back to the ARB 50th anniversary trip. We're excited to bring you this episode from one of the toughest places on the planet. Welcome to
Mongolia!
From Ulaanbaatar, we head south into the vast Gobi, a land of steppes, mountains and shifting dunes. Along the way, we'll meet nomadic communities, sleep in traditional Ger tents and share stories under wide open skies. This time, we are honored to be joined by our distributors from across Asia. Up front in the 200 series with the Ger Camper, Puja and Temka from Dr. Auto Sulje, a major name in Mongolia with a nationwide network serving 4x4 enthusiasts. In the Land Cruiser 300, Baina and Anar from ARB Mongolia, the pioneering distributor that first brought ARB to the country in 2001. In the 80 series, Min from Vulcan 4x4 Vietnam teams up with Luke from ARB Thailand, a family-run off-road business and a veteran with 16 years of ARB experience. Hide and Take from Flexdream Japan joined me in the 76 series, specialists in high-quality 4x4 builds from Land Cruisers to high-ace vans. Sean and Martin from Ger Philippines drive the Suzuki Jimny, second-generation leaders of a family business with over 200 retailers nationwide. In the 200 series, Raf and Alex from ARB Kazakhstan, one of the Central Asia's most experienced 4x4 companies, with Alex a key figure in the local off-road racing scene. Joining in the 70 series are Jack, Chinzo and Hasar. Chinzo, our trip leader, is a renowned figure in Mongolia's 4x4 community with his team supporting video production. Finally, our support crew, Enzo, Munho, Jack and Gana, experienced local guides, making sure everything runs smoothly. Over 5 days, our journey will cover more than 1,600 kilometers, with stops at some of Mongolia's most iconic destinations.
Oh, nice, beautiful. We're here in Mongolia for the 50-year anniversary drive. We're in Ulaanbaatar at the moment. Today we're driving to Elsen, which is about 290 kilometers away. It's roughly half asphalt and half gravel, so it should be an interesting day. ARB, go!
The team set out of the city and immediately can start to see the differences between suburbia and rural life.
We're 100 kilometers away from Ubi, and now we're having a lunch break, coffee break here.
Today I have been experiencing this beautiful blue color Toyota Land Cruiser 80 with a 2 UZ FA engine V8. So it's a thirsty classic engine. Yeah, it started nice, and but like any old school classic car, first of all, the odometer doesn't work. We don't know how fast we travel. So every time we go past a tower, I need to use my handheld GPS to read the speed for the driver. So while the driver was traveling, I fixed the glove box with this, and luckily it works. So far so good. I think this is a little old school monster. It will take us where we want to go and back.
We hit the dirt, excited to see what was to come. In Mongolia, they don't have many predefined tracks, and you're allowed to drive anywhere in a clear path.
We're here in Bogged province, and this is a very sacred and special place for Mongolians because we're very close to our horses, you know, right? So when the fast horses, like their fast horses die or deceased, like they honor their horses here, and for like good fortune for the next generation. So as you can see, come over here, you can see they put their horse heads and skeletons here, skulls. So just honoring in Mongolian way. It's a kind of Mongolian way. So, and also like for the trip, they ask for like good fortune for their next trips. So like bad things won't happen again.
In other place, when you go to a sacred place, we burn some sand and then stick it and maybe kneel down and wish.
Yeah.
How do you show your respect here?
Just pray also, and there's a mantra. So if rolls many times, it will bring you a good fortune.
Right.
Heading deeper into the rural locations, we were able to stop in a traditional nomadic farm and meet one of the locals. They were kind enough to let us in their home and show us some local hospitality.
So the custom is more respected and elders go towards the north side. And the yurt, always the door faces south.
South, yeah.
So basically if you get lost, you can get the orientation, yeah?
The orientation, you look for the doorway. And
it's, it's in general purpose, it's catch more sunlight.
Yep.
The men's side is also the top north. Women's side, it's this side. If you enter, it's right-hand side where the women usually do the household things. Okay. And the guest is sort of this side.
The guest will come in and go to the left.
Yes.
And sit down, yeah. Well, thank you for welcoming us into your home and for hosting us.
It's
like a hot tea.
It's a snuff tobacco. It's a tradition they pass on to
smell?
each other.
Can smell.
And you pass it back again. You can just take a taste of it. Just sip it. It's okay.
I can sip it?
Yeah.
After a quick tour of the Ger, we were treated to a traditional Mongolian meal Bogged, a goat cooked with hot stones from the inside out.
The rock.
Very good.
So now we're in the middle of nowhere. We had to find a way how to put gasoline in the chimney, so thanks to our friends in Coca-Cola, we made a funnel out of the bottle. Now we're filling up the JB74 with some petrol.
Yeah, I think it's a universal, global friend for...
Azamat made this fun.
After a big day, the group got into camp after dark, giving a chance to see how the spotlights envelop the mountains out here.
Hey guys, we've just arrived in what we call a Ger Camp in somewhere in Mongolia. It's around about 10 p.m. We've been driving all day. This is our accommodation for tonight. It's a two-bed room. Very comfy. It's got everything we need. We've got bed, we've got sleeping bags, we've got bathroom and showers to clean ourselves up. It's not that cold tonight, so we won't need to get the fireplace going, but this is our place for tonight. And we'll show you some more in the morning when there's light. So good night for now. We'll see you tomorrow. Good morning. We're at Ger Camp. Ger is a traditional Mongolian hut. They can set them up and pack them up in about 30 minutes. They use them to move from one site to another throughout the year with the seasons. We've stayed here tonight in amongst the mountains and got up pretty early this morning to take some photos. Hopefully we can share some of those photos in the video. But it's very peaceful here, it's very quiet. The sounds of the birds and the bugs. In Mongolia, the horses are free and you need to be careful where you step.
Yeah, I'm just checking the engine before we depart for a long day today. We're gonna have 300 kilometers of tarmacs and off-road, and so I have to make sure that everything is okay.
Yeah, okay. How's the car feeling so far?
Oh yeah, I had it for a day, and this is an awesome old school engine, and the beauty of this is that they have so many problems. But so we don't know how fast we're traveling or how much fuel we have in the tank, and the seat belt sometimes works, sometimes doesn't work. The gears keep popping out, so when you go off-road you have to have one hand on the stick and then drive with one hand. The windows can only go up, cannot go down. I could catch up with the Toyota 300 pretty good. And the car behind us had a hard time to catch up with us because this one has a really comfort suspension while we go off-road, and I love it. So the plan is we'll swap car every day, but I'll try to keep this one as long as I could.
I hope you all had a good rest.
Yes.
So today's route we mainly do dirt tracks, about 300 total, about 450. Around 120 will be tarmac paved road. The rest will be off-road. Off-road will be a very flat surface. As we turn from the asphalt, we'll move towards south, and which means towards the Gobi. Very dry, very dusty, but mainly it's flat, so we can keep up good speed.
ARB, let's go!
So today's day 2 of ARB's 50th anniversary trip to Mongolia, and we're really looking forward to going to the Ongi Monastery, and hopefully we can get some more off-roading done today. Last night was great. You can really see all of the stars. Unfortunately, we weren't able to see the Milky Way, unlike Luke here, who was able to take a great photo. But we had a great time sleeping in the yurt, which was an amazing experience. You know how traditional it looks, and how well it actually kept us warm. We were very surprised.
Dit kampje hoor van iets wordt deutlich.
Use up to 60 liters?
Yeah. Okay.
Well, we've got a hub from something. It's a steering hub. Wheel bearings feel pretty tight. I don't know if it would work very well as a spare part, but maybe we take it anyway, you never know.
こんにちは、フレックスドリームの谷崎です。日本で、ARB の販売を行っています。日本で、もう7年経つんですけど、日本でもね ARB 製品はものすごく人気があって、ルーフラック、サイドオーニング、ブルバー、とてもね、多くの人に ARB の製品を使ってもらってます。今回、このねモンゴルのツアーに参加させてもらって、改めてねこの ARB 製品の、魅力を感じています。日本では北海道から九州まで、オンロードアスファルトの上を走って移動できるので、必ずしも必要なものではないんですけども、こういったねスタイル、 本物の、オフロードギアというか、そんなところにね、ものすごく魅力を感じます。
We've just turned off the sealed road, and in this direction now, we're going to be travelling off-road for the next 3 days, heading all the way down into the Gobi Desert. So, should be a really, really interesting experience. We'll check back in about 3 days and we'll see what we think. Right now we're working out a couple of electrical gremlins. We're not getting power from the car to the camper, so the battery in the camper is charging off the solar cells only at the moment, but we're not getting any charge from the vehicle, so we're trying to diagnose that at the moment, and we'll see how we go.
All right, we actually didn't expect the ARB's 50th anniversary Mongolia trip to be so exciting. You know, we were so surprised that the terrain is completely different from what we have in the Philippines. Like in the Philippines, it's mostly volcanic ash trails or mud trails. Now it's mostly desert sand and like different kinds of terrain that we've never experienced before. So we're really looking forward to experiencing more things that Mongolia has to offer in the coming days.
We stopped for lunch and rest about halfway through the journey.
Yeah, actually, the question I had for the other guys, especially like Vietnam, Philippines, and Japan. Do you find this kind of roads, corrugated roads, in your country? Yeah.
Not a lot, but in Vietnam we have.
How far of a stretch is, and because my imagination of Vietnam is more jungles, hills, mountains.
Yeah,
like this.
More mud.
but we have, Vietnam is a thin thin strip of land like this, and on the west side, which is Laos and Cambodia border, we have a mountain, the whole range of mountain going from north to south. Like it's in the border with Laos and Cambodia, yeah. And so the mountain is like this, and it started from somewhere in China. That range of mountain, I think, from Himalaya and go all the way to Vietnam and go along the border. And then we have the coastal line, which is like 3,500 kilometers of beaches, and then so in between that flat delta coastal land and the mountain, we have a bit of a strip with sand dunes, and the terrain is like this. That one story. Okay.
In the Gobi Desert, there isn't one warm, but we never saw.
In Mongolia, the locals are acutely aware of people who are out of place. So after we had parked up for some time, they came over to check if we were okay or if we needed any help. We gave their little girl a token of our appreciation.
What are we doing here? Well, we've just covered, I think, something like 200 kilometres of pretty rough off-road driving. We'll talk about that a little bit more when we get to camp. But for now, though, the little Suzuki Jimny's only got a small tank. It's doing really, really well, but it definitely needed fuel. We're heading out into even more remote regions over the next couple of days. So basically, every time we see a fuel station, we're stopping at it, we're topping up, just to make sure that nobody runs out. Especially the cars that either use a lot of fuel or only have a small capacity fuel tank. You know, we've got extra jerry cans and the ability to carry more fuel there, so don't drive past a fuel station.
Okay, so today is day 2, and yesterday I had the chance to drive the Toyota Land Cruiser 80 series with V8 gasoline engine. It was awesome, and today I drove 3 cars. The first one was a Suzuki Jimny, the second one was the Toyota Land Cruiser 200 with BP51, and the last one I rode was a Toyota Land Cruiser 76. And it's very interesting. The terrains in Mongolia, we do have the similar terrain somewhere in Vietnam, but it's short. It's not like hundreds of kilometers like here in Mongolia. And I'm looking forward for the next coming day with more adventure ahead. I have no idea how the terrains would look like, but no matter the nature throw at us, I believe that with ARB gears and ARB suspension system, we will conquer everything.
Здравствуйте, меня зовут Александр, я представляю компанию ARB Казахстан. Могу сказать, что территория Монголии очень похожа на Казахстан, на высокогорные плато, где тоже примерно на высоте 1000 метров мы можем, скажем так, видеть примерно одинаковые пейзажи. То есть это горы, степи, немного деревьев, трава, то есть какие-то пески, каменные участки. В принципе, очень похоже на нашу природу Казахстана. Вчера также мне удалось покататься на самом маленьком автомобиле нашей экспедиции, наших приключений. Это вот Suzuki Jimny. Это такой мини-джипик, вот, на котором, к моему удивлению, мы достаточно хорошо прокатились. Вот с моим коллегой Рафаэлем после обеда мы пересели на этот автомобиль, на нем тоже установлена подвеска ARB. И, в принципе, очень же даже хорошо автомобиль держит дорогу. Единственное у него недостаток – это короткая база. То есть между колесами очень маленькое расстояние, поэтому его немножко, скажем так, заносит, особенно на гребенке. Но мы не отставали, мы ехали, скажем так, в конвое, то есть все хорошо было. Нельзя было сказать, что мы там отстали из-за того, что автомобиль был плох. Отличный автомобиль, хорошо тоже сделан, хорошо держал дорогу. В принципе, все было замечательно. Пока что только хорошие впечатления от техники, подготовленной нашими монгольскими товарищами.
Yeah, so tonight we are camping at the campsite just in front of the Ongi Monastery. And could you tell a few things about that place?
Yeah, the Ongi Monastery was like a great monastery next to the Ongi River. That's why it's called Ongi Monastery. And it used to be like lots of buildings and monastery. And they teach philosophy, astronomy, mathematics and stuff, right? So in 1930s, there was a great purge happened because of the Soviets, and it's a history, right? So they ruined all the monastery and now it's ruined, and they rebuilt one of the monastery. Wow. And so you can see like it's in the black mountain hills. So yeah,
that's cool. That's so beautiful place. And they say apparently you can see some of the mountain goats and mountain sheep all around somewhere in the mountain. Yeah. That's fantastic.
Yeah, it's exciting. The terrain is changing. We have more mountain, and it's gonna rain. So I think it's gonna be less dusty today, but maybe more challenge in terms of driving and keeping the car, balanced. As a matter of fact, this one to me, the Suzuki Jimny. She's a small little machine, but very good. Yeah, I was driving the big car the last 2 days, and today I'm gonna try this one, small. I'll see how she handle on the desert. Beep.
missed you so much.
Hello, Swain. Sambano. Nice to meet you.
Sambano.
I'm Azamat from ARB. Thanks for joining us.
All right, thank you.
Tiny lizard. Like a Godzilla.
Cute.
He's sleeping?
No, alive.
Alive? Wake up! Wake up! Very cute. Very cute.
Oh, look at these places.
Looks amazing.
You're like somewhere in Mars, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So you guys have been selling already for how many years in the Philippines?
More than 10 years.
More than 10 years. So it's so tell me what is ARB today in Philippines?
Well, I would probably say it's one of the most reputable brands for off-roading in the Philippines because, as you know, Philippines doesn't really have a lot of good roads. So it's really helpful to have a good suspension. And on top of that, aside from having poor roads, we also have a lot of flooding due to the typhoons and all of these things and poor, let's say, like sewage management. So we really have to have a higher vehicle so that you can go through some floods and you know, like the pandemic also further highlighted further expanded overlanding in the Philippines because you know initially people used to only go to malls as their hobbies and now they
being available when pandemic happened.
Right.
So everyone got into it and became a hobby or a lifestyle for them as well, even though before they weren't a very outdoor person. But after pandemic, it was like the only thing or like the only way to get out of the city. So
Right. Yeah. So what do you think about driving in Mongolia? How the off-roading in Mongolia is different than in Philippines?
Oh, it's completely different because for one, like the Philippines is a much smaller country, so it takes us maybe like an hour or 2 hours to get to the nearest trail, and the trails are typically quite short. On top of that, I would say that Mongolia has like a different kind of terrain. 1 minute we're on asphalt, the next minute we're on sand, the next minute we're on rockier terrain. So it's completely different because like in the Philippines, it's only like typically two major options. It's either we have volcanic ash trails or muddy trails through the jungles and mountains. Here, it's mostly, and flat lands with minimal changes in elevation.
And you could go anywhere here. Like it's like off-roading here is just pretty wide. You can create your own path. Not like in the Philippines, it's just a one-way street that one way going up, one way going down. So you cross the same path and it's purely mud. Especially when my friends are going off-roading, they really enjoy off-roading when it pours hard because there's a challenge. You'll see technical side of off-roading, how you maneuver, which side is high, which side is lower, and you get trapped there, and there you go. We have fun in the mud, and everything goes dirty inside the car.
It doesn't rain here at this place. Like rain is very rare, so rain here, it's all muddy. We have to clean our shoes to get into the restaurant to eat some lunch. Mogi, nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you all. And I'm just hopping in to join the guys with my camper.
He was like complaining, whining, why did you call me? Like, I want to go.
A little bit of rain gave us a whole lot of fun.
So, what pressure you have in your tire?
Maybe 2.2.
Okay, that's way too much. You have to go down to 1.5.
1.5?
Yeah, otherwise you will get stuck again. You will get stuck again. Yeah.
Okay.
And then you can add out after that. But for now, you have to go down 1.5.
1.5.
Yeah.
We were planning on doing a little bit more filming over here, but we've got Bogged on the way. So good opportunity to talk about what we've been doing for the last couple of days. We've been off-road for 2 days now. Yesterday we did about 200 kilometres. It was dusty, it was corrugated, the roads were really uneven and difficult, unpredictable. Today it actually started raining this morning, so the roads have been really slippery and boggy, as well as being corrugated. So it's been quite a rough drive for maybe another 120 kilometres so far today. All of these vehicles that we've got are all fitted with different suspension systems. We've got a couple of vehicles that have got Nitrocharger Plus. We've got some vehicles fitted with BP51, a couple of vehicles fitted with MT64. And talking with everybody while we've been driving, especially out on these open roads, it's been really important for the vehicles to have a suspension system that really suits the conditions that they're driving in. In Mongolia, they're also working with a really high temperature range from plus 40 degrees in the summer to negative 40 degrees in the winter. So one of the things we actually developed for the Mongolian market was a cold weather shock absorber, cold weather BP51. We're going to work on getting ourselves unstuck here and continue forwards. And there's a really nice mountain range up there that I think we're hoping to get to later on this afternoon. So we'll continue working on that and check back in later.
You jump in the car and drive. Okay. And when it starts moving, you just keep going onto the high ground and park there. Okay?
Okay, go.
I'll watch. Just go easy. Okay. Yeah. There you go. Okay, keep going. Keep going to the high ground.
Hi, I'm Anar from ARB Mongolia.
Hi, I'm Puje from Dr. Sulche.
ARB is in Mongolia since 2001. ARB is very famous brand in Mongolia.
Because of our nomadic culture, our horses, we love our horses, respect our horses. So the cars also same for us, like horses. So we choose the best quality goods like ARB, and because it's tested, developed, and engineered for the harsh conditions like Mongolians.
Hi, I'm Take from Japan Flexdream.
I'm Hide.
今回はこのジムニーでここの地にやってきました。モンゴルの地で活躍するベースラック、私たちはすごいいいアイテムだなと改めて思っています。はい、こういったアクセサリーギア、いろいろと積むことができるベースラック、非常に魅力的です。
ここモンゴルではトラブルもねあるので、リカバリーボードとか、ジェリカン、それとテントなんかを積んでますけど、日本だと、キャンプギアを積んでる人が多いです。
そうですね。はい。こういったローフォルムなところも一つ特徴ですし、ベースラックという板そのものが溶接一枚ものなので合成が高い、そういったところも一つ特徴です。あとはこういった
砂がですね、詰まらないように特徴的な有継ぎ式という構造を使っています。素材もアルミ製で軽いというのも特徴ですね。
はい。で、最後にね、なんといってもかっこいい。
はい。日本でも選ばれる理由の一つです。
はい。ベストラック is
No.1。
The guys arrive at the edge of these cliff faces for another night of camp. A view that absolutely takes your breath away.
It's been a long day today, we're just enjoying relaxing now. We're looking at flaming cliffs. Relax for a little while, and then we're going to go and set up camp, get a campfire going.
Okay guys, so this place is special with one thing, it's dinosaurs.
We spent the evening around the campfire, having a laugh.
Well, we have one day tomorrow to find a death worm.
The desert dunes, right? Sand dunes.
And it will be on the history book, yeah? Azamat, it will be on the history book, you know? The team from ARB first encountered first death worm in 2025.
In Mongolia. But one of my goals in joining on this trip was to be able to do, you know, Australian style camping in Mongolia, and I was really excited to sleep in a swag, sleep in a rooftop tent, sleep in the camper, although there's a lot of competition for who gets to sleep in the camper, so that's okay. But very happy to be sleeping in a swag, to add that to my list of experiences, you know, sleeping in a swag in Mongolia. I can tick that one off the list. A couple of beers around the fire and swapped a few stories, and by the time we got to bed it was closer to 2 a.m. in the morning, and so only a few hours sleep in the swag last night, but tonight it's only what, 10:30, 11 p.m, so early, so we'll have an early night tonight. Day 3 into the 50-year anniversary Mongolia trip. We're having a lot of fun.
So last day in the Gobi Desert, so I think it's 2 hours for us to reach the Gobi Desert, and tonight we stayed in our Ger Camp. So it's pretty much similar to the previous Ger Camps, but it's definitely totally different landscape. You can see it's just an endless steppe, and so it's very comfortable gears. We had everything, a shower, toilets, fantastic breakfast, and it's so beautiful. It's so comfortable to travel here. You are first owners of Earth Camper in Mongolia.
Yep.
Tell me, why did you decide to buy this trailer?
I don't know, actually. I really like the shape. I really like how it built. It's light and bold. That's the first impression of me. First impression of, you know, this trailer. And in Mongolia, like we go to the different beautiful places, enjoy the natural nature, and the road is so bad off-roading, as you guys can see, you know, from this documentary videos. And the good thing is this is so light, so that when we connect with the car, doesn't really feel that I'm having a trailer. So, and secondable good thing is the suspension, axle, those stuff, how fast you can go. It doesn't matter, like, you know, the fastest you can go. doesn't really like swing. It doesn't really it's so controlled, you know. It's so controlled and it's so easygoing, and I don't really like worried about like, you know, how's my trailer and am I gonna crush it or not? Like, you know, it doesn't really feel like that. It's so tight and it exactly follows the car. It doesn't really swing stuff like that. What do you think?
Is there owning this trailer? I mean, earth camper. So I just already used this 1 month. And my experience, I'm using it 1 month. You know, it's all connected to my lifestyles. It can be the kitchen, the bed is so comfortable, and also it's really light. I hope so then.
That's a beautiful point. I really like the lights though.
Yep.
I really think that they should add some stars on the roof so that I can, you know, just wake up and see the stars.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
You almost can't keep up with how much the terrain has changed across the trip. These incredible mountains and gravel roads took us on a journey closer to the Gobi Desert.
Yeah, we're gonna wait for everybody to air down to around 20 psi to start with, and then we will have a short briefing about safety. I think I'm gonna drive the Jimny, as I've been driving it today, so maybe I'll drive the Jimny on it. Well, I already aired out when we stopped, so I'm good. I hand out my pressure gauge to people to check the air pressure.
We're deflating, but very, very slowly. We couldn't find the easy deflator, so we're using the pressure gauge, which does have a little valve on the side here to allow you to deflate the tyres, but much slower than using an easy deflator, but that's okay. We're going to air down from 30, these are at 30 psi at the moment. We're going to air down to 20 psi. Shinzo recommends for this sort of sand, he'd probably go with 15, but we'll start with 20, and if we get bogged, then we'll air down to 15, and if that doesn't work, then we'll try something else. But we'll be here for a while. We've been doing this for about a minute. We're down from 30 to 25 psi.
Gets a bit slippery when we're playing around on the side of the sand dunes. Here we go.
An afternoon of fun in the huge sand dunes of the Gobi Desert.
Guys, first of all, thank you all very much for visiting Mongolia. I hope this trip has been a wonderful experience. You guys also enjoyed it, right?
Thank you for the opportunity, Anar. Actually, coming into this trip, I had no idea what to expect, but just coming from the airport and seeing all of the animals in the fields, from that to going to the Gers and also seeing the nomadic lifestyle, I can truly see how you all embrace nature in Mongolia.
Yes, and for me, coming to Mongolia for the first time, it's not just about visiting a new country, but also a good opportunity to test my driving skill, test the vehicles, and on top of that, test the gear I trust along the way. Mongolia has shown me a lot, from the sand dune, deep sand dune, to the mud, the hidden river, and the worst of all is the endless corrugation. That's just
600 kilometers.
brutal. Yeah, that is very punishing, unforgiving. And so now I understand why ARB gear, every piece of component is designed to withstand the exact extreme condition. And it makes me feel more confident to push further. And coming back to Vietnam this time, I don't just bring back the memories of the trip, of our friendships, but also a renewed respect for the spirit of exploration, powered by both people and the accessory we choose to trust.
I also enjoy this next time. This team.
Oh, with this team.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
Cheers.
As our wheels roll to a stop in the heart of the Gobi, it's time to hand over the keys to our next adventure crew. The Europe team is up next, ready to tackle their own four-wheel drive journey, trading Mongolia's wide-open steppes for Italy's winding mountain passes, Spain's picturesque vineyards, and incredible dunes of Morocco. Over to you, Europe!